Have you ever met someone who changed your heart in just one moment? Sometimes, the biggest lessons in life don't come from those we expect, they come from the quiet souls we almost overlook. Today's story will touch your heart deeply. It's a story about kindness, regret, and the power of one small act that changed everything. So make sure to stay till the very end, because the truth this poor girl revealed made even a millionaire break down in tears. And if you believe in the power of humanity and second chances, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories that remind us what really matters in life. The morning sun shimmered across the glass windows of a towering building that seemed to touch the sky. Inside, in his luxurious corner office, sat Mr. Raj Malhotra, a man known across the city for his wealth, influence, and business empire. His suit was immaculate, his schedule packed, and his heart, unknowingly, empty. Raj had everything a man could dream of, cars, mansions, fame, but something had quietly slipped away through the cracks of his ambition, his relationship with his only son, Arav, a 22-year-old college student with a soft heart and a simple soul. Arav was nothing like his father. While Raj believed that success was built on discipline and control, Arav believed that life was about compassion and purpose. Raj often scolded him for wasting time with people who would never matter in the business world. But Arav had his own little world, one filled with people who lived on the streets, children who played barefoot, and elders who smiled even when life gave them nothing. One such person was Mira, an 18-year-old girl who sold flowers near the city park. Her clothes were old, her hands rough from labor, but her smile was pure, untouched by bitterness. Every morning, she would arrange her small bunches of marigolds and jasmine, hoping to sell enough to buy her a simple meal. One day, Arav saw her while jogging through the park. He stopped, drawn not by the flowers, but by the way she laughed while helping a small child tie his slipper. "Do you sell these every day?" Arav asked. "Yes," Mira replied cheerfully. "Flowers make people happy. Maybe one day, they'll make me happy too." Her words stayed with him. From that day on, he stopped by every morning, buying flowers from her, sometimes more than he needed. Slowly, their conversations grew longer, about life, dreams, and small joys. She told him about her struggles, how she had lost her parents in an accident when she was a child, how she was raising her little brother alone, how she still believed kindness could change the world. Arav was moved. For the first time, he saw a side of life that his father's money had hidden from him. He began volunteering at shelters, donating his clothes, and spending time with the poor. Raj, of course, was furious when he found out. "One day, you'll inherit an empire, Arav," Raj shouted one night. "And you're wasting your time with beggars and flower sellers?" "Maybe they don't have money, Dad," Arav replied quietly, "but they have hearts bigger than this entire empire." Raj's pride was wounded. He couldn't understand his son's defiance. A few days later, Raj left on a business trip, still angry. Arav, however, continued his visits to the park. The weather had turned cold, and one morning, he noticed Mira shivering, wearing a torn shirt. Without thinking twice, Arav took off his own jacket and gave it to her. "Here," he said, smiling. "This should keep you warm." She refused at first, embarrassed, but he insisted. "If you don't take it, I'll be cold too, because I'll keep thinking about you." Mira laughed softly and finally accepted it. They talked for a long time that morning. Before leaving, Arav said, "I'll see you tomorrow, Mira." But tomorrow never came. That night, Raj received a call that shattered his world. Arav's car had crashed on the highway while returning from the shelter. He was gone before anyone could reach him. Raj's world stopped. The empire he had built suddenly felt meaningless. For days, he locked himself away, unable to face anyone. The house that once echoed with Arav's laughter now felt like a graveyard of silence. Weeks passed, but the pain only deepened. Raj avoided everything that reminded him of his son, his room, his books, his photographs. Until one morning, his driver came into his office looking nervous. "Sir," the driver said softly, "there's a girl outside, she says your son gave her something." Raj frowned. "What are you talking about?" "She says your son gave her this shirt yesterday." Raj froze. "That's impossible. My son, he's gone." Still confused, Raj asked to see her. When Meera entered his office, everyone fell silent. She looked nervous, clutching a neatly folded shirt in her hands, a simple blue cotton shirt that Raj instantly recognized. It was one of Ariv's favorites. "Sir," she said softly, her voice trembling, "your son gave me this shirt yesterday, before she stopped, her eyes welling up. Raj felt a lump in his throat. How do you know my son?" Meera took a deep breath. "He used to come to the park every morning. He bought flowers from me. But more than that, he gave me hope when I had none." She told him everything, how Ariv helped her buy books for her brother, how he encouraged her to study again, how he always smiled and told her to never give up. He said, "Money can't make you rich, kindness can," she whispered, wiping her tears. "He was like a brother I never had. Yesterday, he saw me shivering in the cold and gave me this shirt. He said he'd see me tomorrow. But he never came." Raj couldn't hold back his tears. For the first time in years, he cried, truly cried. He cried not just for losing his son, but for never truly knowing him. He realized that while he had spent his life building wealth, his son had been building something far greater, a legacy of kindness. That night, Raj went to Ariv's room. On his desk lay an old diary. Inside, he found notes, drawings, and messages, plans for a charity foundation to help underprivileged children, letters addressed to his father, and one sentence that broke him completely. "Maybe one day, Dad will see that love is the real success." Raj closed the diary and whispered, "I see it now, my son. I see it." The next morning, Raj visited the park. The flower stall was empty, except for Meera arranging marigolds. When she saw him, she looked startled. "I wanted to thank you," Raj said gently. "You showed me who my son really was." Meera shook her head. "He showed me who I could become." From that day on, Raj made a decision. He sold a part of his company and used the funds to start the Ariv Malhotra Foundation, dedicated to education, healthcare, and homes for the poor. Meera was the first person he appointed as project coordinator. Years later, the park where they met had a new name, Ariv's Garden. A statue stood there, not of a businessman or a hero, but of a young man holding a flower, smiling with kindness. Every morning, Raj visited the garden, sat quietly beside the statue, and whispered, "Your dream lives on, my son." Meera, now a graduate and caretaker of hundreds of children, often stood nearby, smiling through her tears. Because one act of kindness, a single shirt, a simple gesture, had changed countless lives. Sometimes, we spend our lives chasing success, forgetting the simple truth, that kindness is the only legacy that never fades. Ariv didn't leave behind an empire, but he left behind something far greater, compassion that lives in every heart he touched.